Okay, I think we are live now. Yes, we're live. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, lovelies. I hope everyone can hear me. I'm just going to check and make sure. Okay, good. My sound is working. Fantastic. Hi, hello. Hello, beautiful. Hello, love magnet. Hello, lovely one watching this. I was thinking a lot about Valentine's Day this week, as I think many of us were, and whether you had a lovely, beautiful Valentine's Day where you felt adored, or whether you've never had that kind of Valentine's Day. I wanted to be able to come in and do some healing with the group about how we can sort of restore our faith in love, because sometimes Valentine's Day really knocks it out of us, you know. And one of the things that I know we do often is that we will do other things to make up for the fact that we don't have the romantic love that we want in our life. We will lean into the other kinds of love in our life. And that is a good thing to do. That's a wonderful thing to do. But sometimes when we do that, we start to ask ourselves, okay, so does that mean this is it? Does that mean that this is what I'm going to do from now on? Is I'm just going to plan to do things with my girlfriends or do something for myself on Valentine's Day, and this dream that I have in my heart of being celebrated and celebrating love with my partner on Valentine's Day is not ever going to happen. So sometimes we can have that fear. So we're gonna work with that today, because what that really is, what it actually comes down to on a really deep level. Any fear we have about, that we're never gonna have what we want, the core belief underneath is a resistance to healing, and so that's what we're going to do today. And I know you might be thinking, that's crazy. I have no resistance to healing whatsoever. But if you have a thought that says, well, what if I get what I want and I lose it? What if I get the kind of relationship I want to have someday and I lose it? If you have that thought somewhere in the back of your mind, or if you have a thought somewhere in the back of your mind that says, what if it never comes and I get my hopes up and I fully commit to this belief that love is coming for me, and then it doesn't come and I'm horribly disappointed? What will I do if that happens? And then that each of those beliefs causes us to hold back a bit from being fully committed to that journey, because we're afraid of what will happen at the end of it. We don't really think of love as being something that we can trust and believe in and depend on. And so we kind of have a resistance to the process of healing and moving forward. And what happens with that is that if we don't address it, it manifests later as self-sabotage. It's that belief that goes, well, it's going to go badly, horribly wrong later anyway. And so I may as well just shoot it in the foot now, for lack of a better metaphor. So first I wanted to say hello to all of the new people who have come in recently in the last couple of weeks. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you found your way to us. I'm so glad you found your way to our lovely group. And I just welcome you. Thank you so much for being here. I am Carisa Montooth. I am a love coach and an energy healer. I'm a 6th generation healer. And the way that I work with my clients is that I help them to heal from the past so that they can attract happy, healthy love, and not only attract it, but sustain it. And we do that through a combination of deep energy healing work and also understanding differences between men and women and mindset shifts and all of those things that we can do with our conscious mind in objective reality. So we combine those two things, the energy work, which we do on a deep subconscious level, which is like a soul level, and then the mindset stuff that we do, the shifts that we do that change the way that we kind of see the dating process and see men and stuff like that. So we work in the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And that's why almost 90% of my clients are in happy, healthy relationships within about 6 months of our work together. So, so what we're going to do today, I really wanted to come into the group and share this because it's a really fundamental concept, this idea that we have a resistance to healing, and that sometimes that can manifest as like just completely losing our faith in the idea of love at all. And I want us to be able to do some work on that today so that we can help to clear and release that. Because these two fears right here, what if I get the love that I want and lose it? It's so interesting. When I'm working with clients one-on-one, what I see is that when we start working, we start doing the energy work together, the changes that they see first are changes to this belief that says, the belief rather that we see first is the belief that goes, what if it never happens? You know, and I'm always so inspired by the courage that it takes for a new client to come in and begin working with me, because I know that for her to do that, she has to overcome this fear that says, this is silly, this is ridiculous, this doesn't make any sense for me to do this, because what if it never happens? What if I never get that love in my life? What if that person never comes? What if nothing ever changes? What if this is just how it is, right? It takes a tremendous amount of courage to step forward and say, hey, help me with this. And I want to have faith and love again. So I'm always very inspired by that and in awe of that, because I know how much courage that takes. But usually that's what we see, is that first belief that says, what if it never happens for me? But then as we do more and more energy work, more and more energy healing, then what we see is a belief that says, what if it does happen for me, but then something goes wrong? So as you do more and more of the energy work, you begin to shift. And instead of thinking it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen, you start to think, okay, it might happen. I can feel that I'm closer to it happening. But what if it does happen and then somehow I lose it? Somehow I do something wrong and I get rejected or abandoned? What if somehow through forces outside of our control, I lose this person? We're not in each other's lives anymore, right? So it's interesting because that's how you see those changes happen. That's how you see that shift in perspective as you heal more and more. So both of those beliefs are important things to look at in healing. And that's what we're going to look at today, because it's important for you to be able to regain your faith and love. You know, it doesn't have to be 100%. You don't have to walk around chanting affirmations all day long. You know, you don't have to walk around with a smile on your face that you don't really feel, going, I'm sure it's going to happen for me any minute now. I'm going to have my soulmate in my life. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that because of three things. Number one, it's not possible to walk around 100% happy all the time. Number two, it's not necessary to walk around 100% happy all the time. And number three, it's not necessary for you to be 100% healed to attract and sustain love. We just need to look at the specific beliefs that you have that keep you from believing that love is possible for you. They keep you from believing that really that love is possible for you. Sometimes we have to go all the way back to helping you believe love is possible, then that love is possible for you, you know. So those are the things that we're looking at. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do some deep tapping to help us collapse the emotional intensity of this belief that says, what if I get what I want and I lose it? So I'm going to ask you to get some water, have some water with you, and be able to take sips, you know, as we are in the middle of tapping rounds, so that you can stay hydrated, because we're whenever we do any kind of energy work, we are asking your body to integrate this healing response with an energy tool, which is like a next level kind of tool. And your body goes, I can feel a change. I know something is happening, but I don't register what it is. There's no external source that I can see that it's coming from. And your body does that all the time. If you get shamed, your body will you'll feel inflammation in your joints as though you've been wounded, like slapped, And so your body responds to emotional states and to energetic states by making literal biological changes within your body all the time. But when we use an energy healing technique, like either when we connect an energy and I ask for permission to clear a belief, or like when we do tapping work, or like when we cut an energetic cord of attachment when we're in a private session, or when we retrieve soul fragments when we're in a private session where we, retrieve your soul fragments from an ex, we send theirs back to them, or whether we're we're completing a vow of marriage that you may have had with someone, even if you weren't legally married to them. Anytime we're using an energetic tool, where we're working on your energy, working on your aura, we always want to stay hydrated and get extra rest, because it just helps your body to integrate the healing that it's like aware of on a spiritual level, but not seeing on a physical level, not seeing the source of on a physical level. So we're going to drink lots of water. And what I want you to do is I want you to say this out loud and see if you have this belief. So we're not going to go super deep into muscle testing. I know we've done that in other videos. And if we're doing a private session, we can do that. Or in another group energy healing session, we can do that. If you already know how to muscle test and you want to do that, you absolutely can. So you can drink your water and then you can muscle test the statement, I am afraid I will get the love I want and lose it. If you muscle test that statement and you get a yes to that, or even if you just say that statement, I'm afraid I will get the love I want and lose it, and you can feel, oh, I feel that's true in my heart. I can feel that true somewhere. If you feel that, then you're going to want to do this next part. Because what we want to do is we want to collapse the intensity of this belief for you, and we're going to do that through tapping. The great thing about tapping is that once you learn how to do it, you can do it anywhere. You can, it's safe for you to use. You can use it on a lot of different things. You can use it to help you make breakthroughs with love. You can use it to help you make breakthroughs with money. You can use it to help you make breakthroughs with things like weight loss or public speaking or anxiety or insomnia or, fear of confronting someone or anything like that. There are lots of different lots of different places that you can use it. So we're going to do some tapping on that particular belief. So if you said I'm afraid of getting the love that I want and losing it, then you can go ahead and if you said that and you felt that, oh, I feel that that's true, or you muscle test and you go, oh, I feel that that's true. What I want you to do is tap into that feeling, tap into that fear. We're not going to run away from it. We're actually going to pursue it so we can clear it out. We're going to go deep into it so we can clear it out. And it's not going to make it manifest by us speaking about it and tapping on it. It's manifesting already. It's manifesting from the background of your subconscious already, all the time. So what we're doing instead is shining a light on it, collapsing the emotional intensity of it so that you can stop manifesting from it. So that we can make other beliefs that you have that are good, stronger and more powerful, and you can begin to manifest from them. Okay? So tap into that belief for a second, just connect into it, focus into the fear that says that I'm afraid I will get the love that I want and then lose it some way. And you can think about that like, I'm afraid I will get the love I want and be abandoned, or get the love that I want and be betrayed, or get the love that I want and be rejected. And if you have that fear, if that fear feels real for you, then what you can do now is I want you to give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. And if you have, whatever you have on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to just make a little note of it, whether you just want to remember it or whether you want to make a little note and write it down. Okay? So now what we're going to start doing is we're going to tap on the side of your hand, and you're going to say, even though I have this awful fear, this intense fear, that I will finally have the love that I have longed for and then lose it. I deeply and completely love and accept myself and all of my feelings about this. Even though I am so afraid that I will finally have the love of my life and something terrible will happen and I will lose it. I deeply and completely love and accept myself and all of my feelings about this. So you're repeating after me while you're tapping. Even though I am terrified to believe in love because I'm so afraid that I will finally have the love of my life and something horrible will happen to ruin it. And now I want you to go to the top of your head. So imagine that you're going up straight like a marionette and there's a string that comes right at the top. And you're going to tap on that point. That's the top of the head point. You're going to say, even though, well, you don't actually have to say even though. You can just say all of these feelings, all of this fear. And now you're going to tap right here, so right where your eyebrow ends. You can feel that bone, the occipital bone, the opening there. The eye socket, and you can say all this fear of losing love outside. So you're going to go right to the outside of your eye right here. So you're still on that bone, and you say all this fear of losing love. And under your eye, this terror of losing love after it's finally here. Under your nose, all this fear, it's terrifying for me. So you're in this groove. As long as one of your fingers makes it into that groove, you're good there. And then right under your mouth, all this fear. And then you're going to go to the collarbone point. So the collarbone point is if you go to this bone at the top that connects your two collarbones, then you go about 2 inches over. So you're on your collarbone, and then you go right under it to the fleshy part. That's where you want to be when we say the collarbone part. So you're tapping there, and you say all this fear of losing love. And we're going to tap through those points again. So the top of your head, all this fear of losing love. This terror of losing love. It's terrifying. I'm so afraid to lose love after I finally get it. All this fear. All of this fear. All of this fear. Okay, we're going to tap through those points one more time. All this fear of losing love. I'm terrified that I will lose love once I find it. All this fear. This thought is terrifying. I'm so afraid to lose love after I finally have it in my life. All of this fear. All of this fear. Okay, and then you can put your hand down. And I want you to take 3 nice big deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when you blow out like you're blowing through a straw. Letting your shoulders relax with each out breath. Okay, and now I want you to check in again and give that fear, check in with that feeling of fear, the feeling of fear that you will lose love once it's in your life, finally in your life. I want you to check in with that feeling of fear. Check in with that. And give that a rating. Give it a number on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most intense. And look back at what your initial rating of the intensity was. And just note whether that went up or down or stayed the same. Chances are it went down a bit. So if you were at an 8, you might be at a 5 now. You know, if you might even be down by like a 3. If you could have collapsed all the way to a 1 or a 0. If you're not quite at a 1 or a 2 yet, then let's tap some more on that. Okay, so if it went down but you're not quite at a 1 or a 2 yet, let's tap a bit more. Okay, even though I still feel this fear, and I'm afraid I'll always have this fear, and nothing will clear it. Nothing Carisa does, nothing anyone does will ever help me clear this fear all the way. I deeply and completely love and accept myself and all of my feelings about this. Even though I still feel some of this fear, the intensity is still here. And I don't think anything's going to clear it, because it's still here. And I've been working on it for a long time. I've been working on love for a long time. I deeply and completely love and accept myself and all of my feelings about this. Even though I still feel this fear, it's less intense, but it's still here. I deeply and completely love and accept myself and all of my feelings. And now you're going to go to the top of your head, all this fear that is lingering about losing love when I finally have it. This lingering fear that's still holding on. This fear that I will lose love when I have it. This fear, all this fear. This fear that I will lose love when I have it. All of this fear. Okay. So now what I want you to do is to take a deep breath in. Let it out. One more time. One last time. Okay. I want you to check in again now with that fear and give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. Did it go up, down, or stay the same? Did the intensity of that fear go up, down, or stay the same? Now, if it went all the way down to a 1 or a 0, even if it went down to a 1 or a 2, it will collapse the rest of the way on its own. And if you check in for it tomorrow, it will be down to either a 1 or a 0, okay, which is great. If you're not yet down to a 1 or a 0, I want you to go back to like the 22nd minute of this video when we started that second set of tapping that was about like I still have this fear. I want you to tap through that a couple of times and bring it down to a 1 or a 0. Invest the time in healing this, because it is like having your parking brake on, and no matter what else that you try to do to have love come into your life, this fear is going to come up in an intense way. It doesn't matter whether you actually finally meet someone, this fear is going to come up, and it's going to lead to you doing things that sabotage that relationship. Because what we're trying to always do is not just attract the love, we also want to step into our strongest sense of self, so that not only are we attracting the love that we want, we can sustain that love. We can sustain it. So that's important. So what I want you to do, if you've done this tapping, is I want you to congratulate yourself. I want you to put your hand on your heart and take a deep breath and let it out. And I want you to say thank you. Thank you to yourself. Say thank you, me. I am very brave for doing this work. I am so brave. I am so powerful. I am so proud of myself. And hold yourself in love. And while your heart is feeling nice and warm, I want you to say, I am open and ready to be loved by a good partner who is right for me. Deep breath. I am open and ready to be loved by a good partner who is right for me. Deep breath. I am open and ready to be loved by a good partner who is right for me. All right, so if you would like to go deeper into your healing with a program that is personalized, especially for you, then click on the link so that you can book your free intro session with me, and we can talk about where your heart is and how I can help you get to the love that you so richly deserve and can absolutely have in your life. And we can talk about what it would be like to work together. In your free introductory session, we will uncover exactly what the specific blocks are that are keeping love from coming into your life in the way that you want it to. So we'll uncover those specific blocks and patterns. We will also get a crystal clear vision of what good, happy, healthy love looks like for you. And you will leave your session feeling excited and inspired and energized about having the love that you deserve in 2024. If you're thinking about Valentine's Day and you feel like Valentine's Day really sucked, then take a step forward and invest in your healing so that next Valentine's Day can be better and you can break through that energetic pattern and you can have the love that you truly want and deserve to have. It is absolutely possible for you. You don't have to run around. You don't have to go get online. You don't have to do a bunch of different things. You don't have to make love happen. You make love welcome. So book that session and we'll talk soon. Bye.